everyone, it's Lighthouse Angel Messages. Welcome, welcome. Happy Thursday to you. I'm just doing a general reading today just to see what information you need to know to help get your life unstuck moving forward so you can grow and expand to the highest version of yourself. So I went ahead and already got the overall energy for the reading. I'm going to pull more cards and then we'll get some messages from the compass box. But the first card is, this stressful situation is almost coming to an end. We are sending positive energy, financial help, miracles, and life-changing blessings your way. Okay, so if you're in a stressful situation, like, start celebrating because it's coming to an end, right? And I feel like this is the season of the stress. It hasn't been short-lived. It's something that you've had to endure. I'm getting as well, but your miracles are coming in. Your blessings are coming in. So keep focusing on the positive. I know sometimes we can, when it doesn't start showing up, you start doubting and wondering, maybe this is the outcome of my situation, and Spirit is saying no, okay? No, keep focusing on Him, especially in those times where you feel the doubt creeping in, okay, is when you need to go to Him the most, okay? Number 36, that number could be significant. It's also a number 9, which is wish fulfillment. So it says, be a beacon, be an inspiration, light the way for others. Okay, so you could have, I'm speaking to somebody who maybe you already have something online, or maybe you already have a business or something or a project that you're doing that's the focus is in inspiring others. Or it could be just something that you're doing is inspiring others. And you need to stay on that path. And if you haven't started, if the divine is giving you downloads or project ideas or, something in your dreams, you need to pay attention to that. Make sure you're writing that down, even if it doesn't make sense, because it will make sense later, But you need to take action on that. I'm really hearing like you are meant, this is your divine path, is to be an inspiration. I'm also getting like this rainbow here. It's like, and then she had her crown chakra is just lit up, and so is her heart chakra. So it's like you've done all the work that people down here are searching for. It's like all the healing, all the knowledge, all the spiritual work, the healing work, right? You have a direct connection with the divine, and all these people are searching for what you have, the peace that you have, the light that you have, right? You've got the knowledge, you have the gift. So the divine is saying you need to get it out there. The collective is in need of the light. Okay, so I'm going to get some more cards but this stressful situation, maybe it's financial, maybe it's burdens that you've been carrying of life all on your back, right? Know that's all coming to an end. Yesterday I talked about end of cycles and, stuff just getting cleared out, right? That's going to be this stressful situation. It's going to get cleared out, right? And the new is coming in. But the divine needs you to be patient, okay? Allow Him to make the moves that He needs to make in order to bring in these blessings, okay? Because divine timing is at play here, okay? And it's going to be I'm hearing it's going to be worth the wait. So don't lose faith in what's coming in, okay? All right. All right, what else do they need to know? What does the collective need to know? Extraordinary. Okay. It says there's a wild and there's a wild uniqueness to you that deserves to be honored. Peacocks could be significant, or peacock feathers. Okay. And this is all very positive. It's just that you haven't cycled into the new yet. You're at the end of this cycle, of this situation, right? And there's a beautiful, beautiful rainbow of blessings, of inspiration. And it's all based on your uniqueness, which is going to be honored, right? Because you are extraordinary. I'm hearing you're beyond ordinary. You're the rarity, right? Peacocks are unique. You don't see them all the time as well, And, standing in that uniqueness with what you're doing, with this inspiration that you're doing, it's lighting the way for others. And if you're thinking, well, nobody would be interested in my book, or nobody would be interested in what I have to say, or nobody would be interested in those photos I would take, or any creative project, as long as it's inspired in the light, it's going to take off. There's so much darkness out there right now that the more people that can stand in their truth in the light, the more it has a continuous effect at changing the energy in others and lifting that vibration overall with the collective. So please take action on any gifts that you have that might help inspire and light the way for other people who are lost and are in desperate need of clarity, a higher perspective, healing, because, we've all been through so much. So, all right, let me see. I was called to this deck, so we'll get one more card and then we'll go to the compass box. Okay. Yeah, okay. So we have number 23. 23 can be significant to you, but it says peace. Yeah, and this is what you found, okay? And this is why you're a beacon for others, is that despite everything going on around you, despite everything that's gone on, all the healing traumas, everything that's gone on with you in the past, you found peace, which is a rarity in the time that we're living in. So you are a beacon for others just because you're operating out of that higher vibration of peace, right? And this is number 23. It's also 5, which is signifying change. I think a lot of people are searching and wanting to find that level of peace in their life, right? This stressful situation is almost about coming to an end. I mean, I think you found peace in the storm, right? Which is what makes you unique. Even though, despite everything you went through, you're still operating out of peace. Like you didn't allow the people, places, or situations of the past take that from you. And so many people would love to have this energy in their life, but they don't know how to achieve it or get it or reach for it or where to start to find it, right? And so you are the lighting the way for others, because I'm speaking to someone who's really done the healing work here, right? You have a very bright light now because of all the work that you've done on yourself and the connection that you have with the divine is you're a very bright light, and people need your light so they can get clarity in their own lives. And then we have number 30, which is also number 3. It says TikTok, which this is divine timing. You know, and then there's this hot air balloon connected to this clock here. And I'm seeing that as elevation. It's like, it's divine timing, but once it hits, you're being elevated out of a situation, kind of as this card depicts here, right? You're being elevated out. Divine is going to elevate you out into your new level, you know, your new location where the divine wants you to be, right? It could be I'm also getting like relocation. It could be it also could be like a major job opportunity or a promotion. But there's divine timing at play. But once it's time, the divine is just going to elevate you up. Okay, and it could be your spiritual gifts too as well, like elevating those. But there's divine timing here at play. Okay, so you need to find peace in the stress, right? You need to find peace in the situation until divine timing, the alarm strikes, right? And the hot air balloon, which signifies to me the divine just lifting you out of that situation into a new environment. You know, like, and I'm like, new environment could be like a new job, a new soul tribe, a new location, I'm just new, right? And with these hands out here, I feel like I'm speaking to someone's like ready to grab onto that. Like, I'm ready. Like, I'm ready for the new. I'm ready for that clock to go off and the divine to elevate me. Like, nothing's holding me back, I'm hearing. Okay. I'm also getting with this peacock here. You could be really working on like your body, you know, you might be getting like a new wardrobe or changing your look, I'm hearing. You know, you could really be working on trying to get physically fit and trying to just improve the overall health that you're in right now, despite what you're going through or what you're having to carry. Okay, so let's get some messages from the compass box so we can get more direction on this and how you can be a beacon for others. And like I said, don't let fear hold you back from starting that project, getting out there, right? Because what's the worst thing that can happen from it? I mean, when you focus on a creative project, especially when it's given to you by the divine, right? He's going to guide you through it. He's going to give you those ideas of inspiration, but also it's going to grow and expand your mind. It's not going to be work. It's going to be passion, something that drives you, right? It might be something you're doing right now to balance this stressful situation as well, I'm hearing. But don't get in your way. Allow yourself to embrace that your artistic nature, right? No matter what it is, it's going to be different for everybody, you know, when it comes to that. We all have our own unique gifts, right? But as long as you have the light in mind, it's gonna benefit somebody in a group or a lot of people in some fashion, because you never know what somebody's looking for that they just need in their life to create that change. Okay, it could be that one thing that you do that lights someone up to change their life, or to move differently, or to choose to grow, to heal, right? You can forgive someone and still not want to have anything to do with them. Forgiveness is about freeing yourself of pain in your present. It's not about making room for someone painful in your future. Yeah, maybe you're going through a stressful situation where you're having to let someone go, or forgive someone, or forgive yourself. But forgiveness is freedom, and forgiveness, you don't have to have that other person in your life or even speak to them to get that forgiveness. You can give that to yourself. Give that closure to yourself, because sometimes silence is the better option. There is power in silence, right? You don't need to convince anybody of your value when they never intended to see it anyways. So in those cases, you just need to give that forgiveness to yourself. Give that closure so that you can, and it's all about you. It's not about them. It's about you, and releasing that so you can move forward in the energy of freedom and not pain, those painful memories of what someone did to you in the past, and then carrying that around like dead luggage in the future, right? You don't have to be defined by the pains of your past. It is a choice, right? It's a perspective and mindset, but it's up to you to take the action that you need to forgive. And sometimes forgiving yourself is harder than even forgiving someone else, especially if you're someone who, has high expectations for yourself when it comes to your choices, right? But you need to forgive yourself and choose to forgive yourself and learn from the situation so you can apply that lesson moving forward. And you won't find yourself in that situation or decision again, right? Keep it simple. Yeah. You also may live by water, or travel to the beach, or live by the beach, or you might be someone who just likes to keep it simple. It could be, I'm hearing, when it comes to this creative project, you just need to keep it simple, right? It doesn't have to be perfection. A lot of times people wait to get, their project out, whatever it is, book, a YouTube channel, or anything, social media, or, it could be painting, art, poems, photography, whatever it is, right? We want to wait till we have it all perfected, and then we'll release it. And, that if that's the case, it's almost like you'll never get it out there. It's like you need to not seek for perfection, but get the ball rolling, taking those steps, those daily steps to getting your project, your creativity out to the world, right? Otherwise, it's like you never get started because you're never getting it out there because you're always waiting for perfection. So and perfection is created over time, with experience and learning as you go, right? We all have to start at beginners. We don't start out as perfection. So don't wait to start. Get moving, get it out there, whatever it is, whatever the divine is calling you to do, get started. Relationships are not about I want this or I want that. They are about two people caring for others' desires. Yeah, maybe this is something a person that you dealt with in the past that you're having to forgive because they were always, I want this, I want that. Or maybe you were dealing with someone who only was about materialism, like they focused on having stuff instead of love. Right? You know, somebody who's constantly seeking out materialism versus seeking out love is just, they need to heal their wounds. It's just they're running from what they need to heal and trying to fill that void with material items. And there'll never be enough stuff. Right? So it's just a matter of healing. But I feel like you've recognized relationships like this, you've forgiven them, you've forgiven yourself, and you're ready to move on. It says, trust dreams, trust your heart, and trust your story. Yeah, this is all about believing in your dreams, trusting your heart, your intuition. You know, your intuition isn't going to lie to you. Don't doubt it. It's going to create your story. I'm also getting like there's more water here. So again, there's a significance with water. You either live by water or on water a lot, or and they're like this person who is in the boat in the background. So boats can be significant as well. There's, you know, if somebody's in this energy of I want this or I want that, that's not love. That's not love. That's shallowness. That's surface level, right? I feel like I'm speaking to somebody who's recognized this. You know, it's about depth and love and caring for each other, reciprocity. Understanding that the value is in the heart, in the soul, not in stuff. I will restore you to health and heal your wounds, declares the Lord. Jeremiah 30:17. Yeah, and you know, for those of you that haven't started your healing journey, this is God here telling you, I will restore your health and heal your wounds, declares the Lord. Like, go to Him for healing. Don't stay stuck in your life. Choose to grow and expand and release these stressful situations. Release relationships that are holding you back from people who just want things from you, right? But don't see your worth or your value or your beautiful heart or your soul, the depth of you. They're only interested in what you can provide them. Right? You deserve something more than that. It says nothing is permanent. And I'm really getting that with this stressful situation here. And it says don't stress. Don't stress yourself too much, because no matter how bad the situation is, it will change. Yeah, and that's what this card is here. You know, it's only temporary. Trust in your dreams, your heart, and your story. That's really sticking out to me right here. Dreams, heart, and story. And find peace in your uniqueness. Okay? And maybe that uniqueness is a project you want to do. Maybe that uniqueness is you. Whatever it is, it needs to be embraced and put out there for everybody to see. I have the Two of Pentacles. Maybe the stress is that you're juggling two things, two jobs, two projects, two people. You know, based on this, you could be juggling some people here. Maybe you're releasing some people, whatever it is. This could be the cause of the stressful situation and you're trying to juggle multiple things. Maybe you have multiple plates up in the air and you're trying to keep them all flowing, working, and it's creating a lot of stress in your life, right? And I feel like you found a way to find peace in this situation, because I feel like the divine has shown you that they're going to elevate you, but there's an element of divine timing here. Okay? Calm is a superpower. Don't let stress kill your happiness. Man, there's like a big emphasis on stress here. So if I'm speaking to someone who's like extremely stressful, you need to take time out, and I'm really being called to this card here, is that do your meditation, get out in nature, go for walks, get rest. Anything that you can do that you enjoy. Maybe it's working on your creative project, whatever it is. Don't let the stress take your calm and your peace, right? Because it's not worth it. Okay, and it may have something to do with money, since we have a lot of green here. Okay? Because I'm also hearing you're going to take off. I feel like there's like a taking off going on here. But it's a divine timing thing. So maybe find peace in the storm. Something's going to take off here, but there's a divine timing. Maybe you're worried about money or something like that. Okay, it says, sometimes the universe shows us what people from your past are doing now so you can see how far you have grown. Those who were once a frequency match are now energetically 1,000,000 miles away. Evolution and growth is a beautiful thing. Yeah, and that's what you've done. That's what you've done. That's why you're a beacon for others. And God has restored your health and healed your wounds, right? And you're working on finding balance with, maybe you're juggling two things, but you're choosing peace. Despite everything going on, you're trying to stay balanced in the energy of peace, okay? And I'm also hearing like, we are in Mercury retrograde, so if the blasts of the past are coming back around and you have an interaction with them, they are going to show you how much you've grown. The mistake is you need to see it for what it is, and don't choose to go back down the mountain and meet them where they are. You need to stay up and continue to be that beacon for others, right? Because it's a beautiful thing, your growth, your evolution. It's what makes you extraordinary. But don't get caught in the stress. Get out near water too, I'm hearing. If that's something. You are worthy of love. You are worthy of love. Yeah. What I'm getting with this too is that maybe someone came back around and maybe you considered it or something. I don't know. I'm getting something like that. But then you realize after conversation, you realize, you know what? I'm worthy of more than that. Because maybe this person is like, I want this and I want that. And you're thinking, where's the love in this, right? I'm not a vending machine. I'm a person with a heart, a soul, with value, with depth. Right there makes you extraordinary. You know, somebody with real feelings and depth and, you know, and you're like, you know what, I'm worthy of real love, like the highest level of love here. And this person wants to treat me like a vending machine. I'm out. You know, I see where I've evolved and I've grown beyond this. And how beautiful and what a freedom it is, right? Because if you're a person of depth with a big heart and you have a lot to give to other people when it comes to love, support, kindness, and giving and supporting, all those beautiful things. Like, do not settle for this, because this is more common than your depth, right? Depth, you know, is what makes you extraordinary. It's almost like a unicorn, you know? Don't settle or come down the mountain because you think that you won't find another. I'm going to just do this as a visual, but it's like that you won't find another unicorn, right? Because the divine knows where they are. Someone who's rare and unique and then would be a perfect fit to your depth. The divine knows who that person is, but you just need to surrender, right? Follow the signs, synchronicities. Okay? It says, grow through what you go through. Yeah. This situation with this person was meant to teach you a lesson that you have outgrown this. Right? You require more from a person than their constant demands of needs. Right? And you've learned the lesson. You know that you're worthy of the highest level of love. Okay? And maybe that's part of this stressful situation, is releasing someone. But let it go, because this person has lessons to learn, and you've outgrown them, and you've learned those lessons. So you need to release them, let them go, and so that you can elevate and become the best version of yourself, right? Oh, my throat chakra just closed up. Stop thinking about boundaries as mean or wrong. Start to believe that they're a non-negotiable part of healthy relationships, as well as self-care and wellness practice. Excuse me. Stop thinking about boundaries as mean or wrong. Start to believe that they're a non-negotiable part of healthy relationships, as well as self-care and wellness practice. Yeah, this person you're going to need to have a boundary with here. And it's non-negotiable. This person might come in and like, maybe they know like how to push your buttons, or they know your vulnerabilities, or they know how to manipulate you. Maybe it's like a lustful manipulation, I'm hearing. Anyway, you're going to have to set a boundary that's non-negotiable, right? You're looking for high-level love. You're not looking to be a vending machine for somebody, okay? So keep moving forward, and know and focus on your dreams, your heart, and your story, being a beacon for others. Always remember why you started. always remember why you started. Okay, if you started a project and then you put it on the back burner, or like, nobody's going to want this, this isn't working, or I don't have time for this, or whatever, keep pushing through. Remember why you wanted to do this in the first place, whatever this is, right? Because it has a purpose. Your passions, your heart, and your dreams have purpose and value. And I'm also getting like, always remember why you started your healing journey, right? And let me tell you, healing journeys, that's not the easier path, but it creates miracles in your life. It creates the magic in your life. So remember why you started. Make the divine number one. Don't forget that, you know. He's here to restore your health and heal your wounds. And that's the truth. Ace of Swords. That's the truth. He is here to restore you to health and heal your wounds. That's the truth. Okay? So make sure you stay very close with him. Stay prayed up. Keep looking up. Focusing on the divine versus all the earthly things, right? Because that's what's most important. You know, stuff comes and goes, people come and go, but the divine is always there. The divine never leaves. Divine is always there to support, guide, and lead you, okay, on your divine path, on your mission, on your purpose, okay? You just have to embrace it. And, you know, I'm also getting with this peacock with this is that, you know, if you start any kind of workout regimen or anything where you're working on your physique or your body or anything, remember why you started, right? Don't give up. It can get hard, right? Trying to squeeze it in and keeping that commitment. Or anything that you want to make those changes. It could be something as simple as, you know, drinking, you know, getting rid of all those toxic drinks and just doing, you know, something simple, like just completely getting rid of everything and only drinking water, something like that. You know, remember why you started. That's just an example. Remember how you started. So, you know, and keep standing in your truth. Okay? Now, I'm going to get one more card to close up the reading, and I hope this has resonated for you and given you clarity on what you need to know today to get your life unstuck, moving forward, and bringing that peace and calm despite what's going on right now, okay? All right. I'm also going to get, after this, I'm going to get a self-care card because I just said pull a self-care card. I'm going to... Okay. All right. It says, I surrender to a power greater than me. Butterflies can be significant. Yeah, this is about surrendering to the divine. Okay? You've got to surrender and find peace in that. Okay? Because divine timing is at play here, and there is miracles, financial help, life-changing blessings coming in. Okay? And it's all being worked on behind the scenes. So nothing that you're experiencing right now is permanent. I think you're in a closing of an old cycle and a transition into a new, okay? So just find peace in that and keep working on yourself. We're going to get a a self-care card to see, what can help you right now that you can do as far as a self-care to kind of get you balanced and staying in calm and peace. Oh, all right, they have 2 of them. Oh, there's 3. Spend time with animals, number 48. I think I may have said that. Maybe that was yesterday's reading. Spend time with animals. Okay. So just get out in nature. Specifically, number 48 could be significant. Time alone. Okay, and this person is like next to the beach. And it's number 2. This is number 48 and number 2. So spend time with animals, get by the beach or any body of water. And we have number 47, sound healing. You may have, if you have a sound bowl, that will help during meditation. That will bring you peace. Or doing any kind of, if you use any kind of bells or anything to kind of clear the energy, or a sound bowl, or just doing meditation will help bring in the calm and peace with what's going on right now. Okay? So, number 47 and 48 could be significant. Number 2. But that's what I have for this reading. I hope it's resonated. I hope there's something for you in here. If not, I do daily readings Monday through Friday. So if you're not feeling like anything connects with you here, please check back tomorrow and see if something resonates for you there. I'm sending you so much love and light. Have a great Thursday. Take care. Bye.